And we welcome you to E.F.W Destruction live from the warehouse here in Newcastle. And what a destruction this should be. I'm Max Raddox alongside my broadcast partner, the former NEW World Heavyweight Champion Erwin. And what a night E.F.W has in store for us tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely incredible. Of course, apparently the boss of E.F.W, Snake, is set to come out and make some statements about what is in store tonight, so we can't give too much away because he'll get mad.
Absolutely, the chairman, the chief executive officer of E.F.W, Snake, the mastermind, our current world heavyweight champion, will be here live tonight. We believe he's going to comment on the E.F.W team for the showdown between E.F.W and NEW. There's a lot of rumours going around the locker room about that. Snake yet to choose a team member. Perhaps that's all about to change.
Yeah, of course. NEW already having chosen 3 Kobayashi, having won a match. Adrian Goldman announcing the Fixers would then be a part of Team NEW, and the final will be picked next week on Brawl.
Well, here he is, the mastermind, the leader of Magnum Opus,
E.F.W's world champion.
Well, Snake with an explosive announcement for the warehouse here tonight. Vega of Magnum Opus will captain Team E.F.W, the first ever NEW World Heavyweight Champion. That is massive news, Erwin.
Yeah, and then apparently 2 more members of that team are going to be picked tonight. That is absolutely phenomenal. That leaves only 1 member from each team to be decided next week.
Yeah, Snake not messing around one iota. He's seen that NEW has acted and he responds in dramatic fashion here tonight. There will be 2 matches to determine Team E.F.W and the captain of that team, the first NEW World Heavyweight Champion, Vega. My word, the ace in the hole, many have called him for Magnum Opus for a long time. No surprises really for the team captain, Erwin.
Well, perhaps it was a good idea for Adrian Goldman to pick the Fixers to maybe try and counteract that. Maybe he foresaw the idea of Vega being involved, as he hasn't currently really been involved in any activity other than that tag match with Snake that didn't end too well.
No, not as of yet. I'm sure, of course, Vega bound to be a prime-time player for E.F.W as it moves forward. Was one of Snake's first picks, and it's easy to see why. Many men have tried, but very few have succeeded to reach the same levels of success that Vega has here under the NEW umbrella, if you will. Now we're going to kick things off with some tag team action. Two of the hottest tag teams, great acquisitions both here by E.F.W. It's going to be Redemption versus Los Luchadores here tonight. It's going to be a great warm-up for the Redemption, and who better to warm up for against the Hit Squad than the 5-time NEW Tag Team Champions, Los Luchadores Espanol.
Yeah, this match is going to be incredible. I mean, two absolutely incredible tag teams, and as you say, Redemption needing to warm up, it seems, before they take on the Hit Squad. The Hit Squad, of course, successful over N times. First off, when they showcased, and a very narrow victory this week.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 468 pounds, Franco and Marty.
Franco and Marty brought together by betrayal, hence the name Redemption, on the quest for exactly that, one match away, perhaps from realising some redemption.
Hoping to bring the Tag Team Championships over to E.F.W in the process.
Oh yeah, I mean, and you know that the Tag Team Championship is on the radar for Snake. The amount of tag teams that he's brought to E.F.W, Irwin, I mean, it's no secret Snake wants that tag team title, and he's hedged his bets to make sure that he gets it.
Yeah, it's very clear that the tag team division is a very important one for Snake. What the plans are remain very unknown. Well, you talk about tag teams.
Accompanied by Guillermo Diaz, and at a combined weight of 460 pounds, Gabriel Gonzalez and Juan Gonzalez, the Luchador.
Well, Los Luchadores Espanol, Gabriel and Juan Gonzalez, 5-time World Tag Team Champions, the most decorated tag team in NEW history. The Gonzalez brothers have quite literally done it all, and this is a perfect example of why I truly do believe a tag team title is important to Snake. He absolutely stacked his pick with some of the best tag teams that NEW had to offer, Irwin. I don't think that was by mistake. He clearly has a long-term plan for the tag team division, which is why he brought teams like Los Luchadores and Redemption to E.F.W.
I think he left NEW with two teams in each the male and female division. Bob Turner ringing the bell as this one gets going.
Yeah, E.F.W's senior official Bob Turner. Of course, protege to Mike Shatope.
Oh, sent hard into that corner
by Gabriel, runs those ropes. Oh, misses with that super kick. Franco sidesteps him right into the corner. Marty getting out the way. Oh, what a back suplex, beautiful.
Of course, Gabriel's
German, excuse me.
Gabriel's son unsuccessful this week on the compound against Kushida, but what a match that was.
Oh yeah,
definitely following the footsteps of these two. Oh,
yeah, must be a very proud moment for Gabriel to see his son compete at such a high standard already in his career. Great slingshot by Papa Gabriel, pulling Franco dead centre of the ring, makes the tag to his brother Juan Gonzalez, the slightly smaller of the Gonzalez brothers.
They've wasted a bit of time there with Franco, though perhaps not. Big Hurricane Rana.
Tremendous Hurricane Rana. Oh, sweep of the legs by Franco, the 2-time All-American. No stranger to a trick or two.
Juan perhaps wisely rolling out, but it gave time for Franco to make the tag to Marty.
Oh, now the legal man. Oh,
spinning wheel kick there.
Tremendous spinning wheel kick.
Bit of jostling for position.
Hard lariat by Marty.
Going for a camel clutch, or perhaps not.
Changes his mind. Such similar backgrounds between Franco and Matty. I'm surprised they didn't team up earlier in their careers. I mean, both these men, former All-Americans, very similar amateur wrestling background, and they've made a tremendous tag team, no doubt about it, in their very short tenure.
Well, again, both came in as tag teams, with Franco with Yuri, of course Marty with his brother Nate. Of course, two very sad stories there, but while the going was good, there was no reason for them to change tag partners. But now that they have a chance to write a whole new chapter in both their careers here.
They have to get past the Gonzalez brothers first. I mean, the Hit Squad must be loving this. Every second of this matchup, all this does is tire out Franco and Marty for showdown. I mean, I can see why Snake would want to give these guys some competition to keep them as sharp as possible, but a team like Los Luchadores are going to exhaust Franco and Marty. Can you think of the amount of times the Gonzalez brothers have been in this exact same scenario?
Tag team offense in effect, double drop kick there, and you're exactly right.
Classic offense.
Redemption have a chance to send a message to the Hit Squad, but we saw it for the Outlaws. It went wrong. Foxy Valentine's picked up the win in that match, and you've got to wonder what kind of psychological disadvantage the Outlaws have now going against True Force next Sunday.
Great question. Great question.
This could very well lead to the same with them facing such a team as Los Luchadores, but Marty is fighting on.
I suppose the argument can be made, if Redemption can hang with Los Luchadores, they can hang with anyone.
That's very true, and they're very similarly styled with the Hit Squad, unlike Los Luchadores. Oh, well, look at that!
Great double team of their own by Redemption. Franco and Marty working in perfect unison there. Juan Gonzalez rolling out the ring, showing that veterancy, trying to get as much distance as possible. What a clothesline by Juan Gonzalez on the outside.
Taking that assisted Samoan drop, utilising the outer side of the ring to regain control of this match, but does need to make a tag.
Pure veteran instinct there by Juan Gonzalez, who makes a tag to his brother Gabriel, a fresher man. You've seen this kind of offense from Los Luchadores time and time again, Erwin. Hit, retreat, hit, retreat. It's what's made them so successful in the past as a tag team.
Forearm in the corner.
Franco got all of that. A forearm right to the jaw.
Wear out their opponents mentally and physically, and then go in for the kill.
Working on that arm, of course, both these guys, these luchadors, no stranger to technical wrestling when it suits them. Franco, one of the best technical wrestlers on the roster for my money.
But I mean, on the other end, you've got Franco, who outlasted 3 men for 30 minutes to a draw.
Oh yeah, that infamous draw over Magnum Opus.
Double super kick!
Great double super kick by Marty and Franco.
That could have been it right there, but Gonzalez just popping to his feet, perhaps with adrenaline. Completely slowed by Marty here.
Yeah, I think that was sheer instinct by Gabriel Gonzalez.
Big neck breaker.
He got to his feet before he felt it. He certainly felt that neck breaker. The shoulder Gonzalez goes again. Guillotine. Big guillotine.
Diaz looking a bit worried in the corner here. Oh, maybe he should be. Marty looking in to sink in the Denver Crab.
Well, the original, and some would say the best, the Denver Crab, expertly applied by its creator, Marty.
Gonzalez trying to find a way out of this. Released.
Finally released. You have to wonder why. I think perhaps it was because it was in the Los Luchadores' corner. You don't want to have your back face to an enemy as deadly as Los Luchadores made the tag.
I'm wondering why his brother didn't come in and stop it, but perhaps they were communicating vocally and we couldn't quite hear it.
Well, you were putting nothing past Los Luchadores. Juan Gonzalez, now the legal man. Marty certainly didn't appreciate whatever the brother Gonzalez was saying to him. There's assault on the outside, but turn his count. Pretty much up to 4 already.
And back and forth on the outside. What a forearm after the arm wrench.
Drop kick. There's the count of 4. Turner using his discretion here. E.F.W, much like NEW, with its very liberal count of 10.
Spinning kick to the gut. And then reversal there from Gonzalez. And at count of 6, he's thrown in by Marty. Oh, what a chop!
Yeah, Turner's count finally getting through to both Marty and Juan Gonzalez. Into the count.
Oh, hard forearm smash there by Marty in the corner, in his own corner. An important strike that could be for redemption.
I think Franco was looking for a tag there, but Marty
what a
says he's
super
got
kick.
this, and what a super kick that was.
An ungodly super kick by Marty pulls him away from the ropes. Juan Gonzalez is down and out. Franco's in to protect his partner. Will it be enough? Yes!
It is!
There it is! The road to redemption continues.
Emphatic victory for redemption there, but can they best the Hit Squad next Sunday? That's the real question. Can they bring home the titles for E.F.W, their newfound home?
Well, if this match is anything to go by, the future is looking bright for Franco and Marty. Could we be looking at the new World Tag Team Champions? What a victory over Los Luchadores. I'm sure the Hit Squad were watching that one. And will they be feeling worried after that? What a performance, what a team effort by Franco and Marty.
Oh, there's a devastating super kick again that ended all hope for Los Luchadores here tonight, but they may be beaten here, but they will not be ended. I can guarantee you that. They will come back at this.
Well, one of the deadliest things about Los Luchadores are in their capacity to learn from a mistake. A great victory for Franco and Marty here tonight, but
most definitely.
What will Los Luchadores' revenge be? And will Redemption bring those tag team titles home? What a way to kick off destruction here in Newcastle.
Absolutely intense, and it's going to continue that way. 2 fatal 4-way matches in a row to decide the next 2 members of the quickly growing Team E.F.W.
Oh, absolutely. It's also important to note as well. I've heard from the back Erwin that Vega has handpicked all of the 8 men involved in the 2 matches here tonight. So the team captain has had a massive influence on Team E.F.W. and the first fatal 4-way match tonight is gonna put 4 of our absolute best against each other, and only 1 man will be named to the team. It's a tremendous competition here tonight.
Of course, Bart Brute, Ray Sullivan, William Zander and Zach Fuller here being the first 4 listed. This is quite a choice by Vega, you've got to admit, quite a range. I mean, William Zander has had issues with Magnum Opus in the past.
Well, you could say the same thing about Zach Fuller as well, Erwin. I mean,
Ray Sullivan, arguably.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of these guys have had issues with Magnum Opus, quite frankly, during their epic tag team title reign. Who didn't? But clearly Vega, much like the Mastermind, doing what's best for business and doing what's best for Team E.F.W. A nice mixture of both strength and speed here in the first 4 men to go at each other here tonight, in my opinion.
Making his way to the ring from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, weighing in at 230 pounds,
one of the purest strikers in the game today. Another great acquisition for E.F.W. for my money. This kid just seems to get better with age, Erwin.
Well, he knows a lot about teaming up. Spent 261 days with the tag belts before they became cross-faction. So he knows how to get the job done in that regard. 4-man team may be a bit different, but that experience in tag team tactics will go a long way alongside Vega's.
Absolutely, yeah. Perhaps that's some tactical thinking by E.F.W's team captain. He wants at least 1 man in these matchups with that tag team experience, and Bart Brute would fit that bill perfectly. Also a former NEW World Champion, very short reign, but it has to be noted.
Clearly not very much liked by this team individual.
From Kingston, Jamaica, weighing in at 250 pounds, Sugarfoot Ray Sullivan.
Well, hard time pain from Sugarfoot Sullivan. The leader, the founder of the EOD, a former European champion, an E.F.W original, Erwin.
Of course, Haku Ross in action later on as he fights for #1 contendership against Yuri for Snake's title.
Yeah, EOD well represented across the E.F.W brand, as you would expect. Been the powerhouse group of E.F.W for some time now.
And again, have had their issues with Magnum Opus, but when you're on a team with Vega, I think you'd play ball.
I think it's just two running stags bumping heads, and as you would expect between two teams like E.W. I mean, Equal Opportunity Destroyers are nothing if not businessmen, and I'm sure they're going to come to a very lucrative financial arrangement with Magnum Opus really soon.
From Bismarck, North Dakota, weighing in at 350 pounds, William Zander.
Zander entering through the mist here.
Well, you talk about a guy who could do with a decent payday, William Zander, after some failed business enterprises. The less said about Zander Enterprises, the better.
Well, it looks like he's spent quite some time in the gym as of late. That's working on his leg game.
A tremendous competitor, no doubt. William Zander could be one of the deadliest all-rounders in this matchup. A former hardcore champion as well. IEW.
Possibly, arguably, in this match, the biggest thorn in the side of Magnum Opus. I mean, went toe-to-toe, which arguably even brought to an end, or at least began the downfall of Zander Enterprises.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there is no love lost between William Zander and Snake. That has been well documented. Those two guys genuinely don't like each other, and I think this is the principal point I was trying to make at the start of this matchup here. With Snake and Vega have done what's best for business, have done what's best for E.F.W. And the enemy of my enemy is sometimes my friend, and sometimes you've got to do what you don't want to do and get a little bit dirty, and William Zander might be exactly what Team E.F.W needs.
Well, I suppose they would have the best experience of what he's like in that ring.
And from Hackensack, New Jersey, weighing in at 225 pounds, Zach Fuller.
Well, Zach Fuller, as tough as a $2 steak, as my good old friend Jim Ross would say. He's had everything and the kitchen sink thrown at him, and he still keeps coming back fighting, still keeps coming back for more. He is always the underdog. He thrives under the pressure, so don't count him out.
A bully's worst nightmare. Zach Fuller, of course, one half of Full Nelson with Wade Nelson.
Former two-time television champion, former United States champion, not without success, before transferring over to E.F.W. A great mixture of strength and speed in this first fatal four-way matchup, Erwin. One of these men will progress to Team E.F.W. Who's your pick?
It's a tough one. I mean, straight off the bell without time to think, I'd have to go for Zach Fuller, because he's probably the only one getting cheered here tonight.
Well, my pick's Ray Sullivan, so here we go. Four men. Turner has indeed rung the bell. Bart Brute and Zander in one corner, Sullivan and Fuller in the other.
Fuller a clubbing blow to Ray Sullivan there as they exchange strikes. Bart Brute being sent to the outside by William Zander.
Hard Irish whip to the outside by William Zander.
Utilising
a striker in the game.
Utilising the lack of count out here to his benefit. However, Bart Brute is having none of that.
It's quite interesting how the two veterans instantly zoned in on each other, Erwin. Zander and Bart Brute, arguably more in-ring time than both Sullivan and Fuller.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to go for your biggest threat, and I think Zach Fuller knows Ray Sullivan quite well. Bart Brute and William Zander know each other quite well, and therefore they are picking what they consider their high priority targets right now.
Samoan drop on the outside.
Oh my word.
Zander, high impact offense there on that wafer thin mat. A concrete floor is all the give that Bart Brute's going to receive out
Meanwhile,
there.
look at Ray Sullivan in the ring with a surfboard stretch applied.
Submission early on
Williams
by Ray
hasn't seen it
Sullivan.
though. Oh,
Uncharacteristic technicality there by the powerhouse.
what a shot to the ribs from William Zander.
Gut wrench overhead suplex there by Zander. What an interception. There are interceptions and then the William Zander interceptions.
Yeah, now
My
going for
word.
Zach Fuller. Takes him down with a guillotine, but Bart Brute right there. Couldn't gather enough offense. Oh! Just viciously kicking the forehead of Bart Brute.
Vicious strikes with the knees. Big backdrop there by
Fuller trying
Zander.
to catch him off guard.
He was going for an arm wrencher and I think he thought better of it.
And stretches him out instead.
Sullivan more than happy to let that happen, and why wouldn't you?
So any chance of your opponents being weakened in this match, you've got to let happen.
Well, yeah, Sullivan, of course, the ultimate opportunist as a member of E.O.D. has proven he's no stranger to breaking the rules to getting things done. It's made E.O.D. so successful here in E.F.W, Erwin.
Bart Brute picking his moment now, taking on William Zander now that he's down, but that could have been a mistake.
Many would argue his entire NEW title reign was an opportunist moment.
Hard strike from Zach Fuller there that Ray Sullivan did not appreciate. Now they go to the outside.
I think it's very interesting to note as well. Oh, what a T-bone by William Zander onto Bart Brute. Very interesting to realise between these four men that three of them you could say are somewhat, shall we say, underhanded, Erwin, in their tactics. Vega clearly wants a bit of muscle on Team E.F.W.
Well, again, you've got to think Vega's thinking about people he has to work with. He'll want like-minded people. What a power bomb!
That could be all right there. What a power bomb by William Zander.
Oh, Zach Fuller sending Bart Brute to the outside with a clothesline.
A drag counter by Sullivan. Tremendous speed by Hard Time Pain. They don't call him Sugarfoot for no reason.
Starting to wear down William Zander here.
One of the quickest big men in the business today you were ever likely to see.
Oh,
It is Ray Sullivan. Absolute thoroughbred athlete.
could be looking to end this. Perched, ready. Oh wait,
Counters by Zander. Needs to hit this. On his shoulders, tremendous strength.
Oklahoma slam.
With authority by William Zander. The attack on the outside continues. Bart Brute picking apart Zach Fuller. Finally rolled back onto the ring apron. Oh, elbow right across the windpipe.
Zander now going for a camel clutch. Too close to the ropes.
Well, the two veterans have started to take control here. Erwin Zander and Bart Brute looking the two more likely candidates right now for Team E.F.W. But the head scissors takedown by Brute. Look, the elbow strike to Fuller.
Sullivan blocking whatever Zander had planned. And again, look at the strength. Samoan drop, and then Bart Brute displaying his own strength there with a gorilla press. Moonsault.
Gorilla press moonsault by Brute. Goes for the pin. Double axe handle, breaks it up.
Sullivan right there.
Bart Brute very unaware there of what was around him, and it just cost him dearly. Oh, what tremendous athleticism.
Yeah, Sullivan showing off himself here.
Living up to his Sugarfoot name, Erwin. Oh, what a clothesline. Have you ever seen such a combination of power and speed?
Ducks one from Fuller. Oh, flying lariat, but it hit William Zander, who was too busy taunting.
Ray Sullivan has gone berserk here. He's
Could have
hitting
a chance
anything
to
that
finish
moves.
Bart Brute's back to his feet though. Bob Turner needs to get in position and was far too late.
Some stereotypically sloppy officiating there from Bob Turner.
The E.F.W chose to keep him. Oh, what a lariat.
Nip up by Brute.
And a bit of showing off again.
I think the referees were automatically assigned.
Why in the name of God would you willingly give up Mike Chitoba for
Oh,
that?
look at this. Fuller.
Oh,
Double underhook suplex.
by the master of the double underhook suplex.
William Zander with a snap suplex. Bart Brute throwing fists wildly Zander's way.
Big clothesline there by Sullivan to Fuller. Bart Brute meanwhile makes quick work of Zander. And now Sullivan and Brute. Square centre of the ring, Bart Brute.
They're the only ones left in there.
Suplex. The purest striker hits home.
Fuller trying to rally the crowd at the wrong
Northern
moment.
Light suplex, yeah, Fuller. Bad timing there by the young man, showing that inexperience. Ray Sullivan back to his feet now.
Oh, look at this. Working together to wear down Fuller. Double backbreaker.
Well, that alliance lasted for all of 30 seconds. Oh! Oklahoma slam by Sullivan, goes straight for a pin. Sanders there this time. Double axe handle breaks up the pin. Oh, what a shot by Sullivan. Right hand to Zander, who counters that foot. Wait a minute.
Oh, those kicks again.
Vicious knees. To the head of Ray Sullivan. William Zander, nothing fancy about that. Samoa drop again.
Sentoning Bart Brute at the same time. Zach Fuller now back in the ring as well.
What a gut wrench.
Oh,
Well, the Bismarck suplex machine. William Zander.
oh my word.
Has gone on a flurry bridge in German. 2. No. Fuller kicks out.
And Zander is starting to fade. So I'm struggling to get up there.
Yeah, William Zander, 350 pounds, starting to feel it in this matchup. Of course, it's
the biggest man in this
himself, so
match
it's not
as
only
well.
just keeping a man down for a count of 3, it's making sure the ring's clear enough to get the count of 3.
Exactly, and a very small window of opportunity to get victories in a fatal 4-way. Oh, Fuller, I think, going for a backslide driver. Ray Sullivan getting himself involved.
The back represented to Bart Brute. Where's the pure striker in the game who's rolled to the outside? Fuller now trying to chop down Ray Sullivan.
Oh,
the
and
Might
now the might of his own.
bridges into a pin. Everyone's down. This could be it too. Brute's back in.
No.
No. Sullivan kicks out on his own. 2.9. My God, how close was that?
Great ability from the former European champion. He has to get his head back in the game quickly because Zach Fuller is on a roll here.
Great suplex there by Fuller.
But
Overhead or something, I think it was. Anyway, it was a
double underhook suplex. Zach Fuller beginning to feel the fatigue in this match. Ray Sullivan looks like he's about to do something stupid.
Ray Sullivan from the top rope. The bald eagle gonna fly.
And he
Spotted misses. Sidestepped. Sidestepped by Zander.
Oh, discus back elbow.
Nothing but mat for Ray Sullivan. They don't call it high risk for nothing.
Well, that's it. If it doesn't pay off, you are in trouble. And Sullivan is in trouble right now.
Brute meanwhile on the inside with a pin. 2.
Zander would have missed it. Zach Fuller able to kick out. That Brute could be in trouble here.
Well, simple, steady attacks has rendered Zach Fuller pretty much useless. But William Zander has chopped down Bart Brute.
Going for a pin.
Finally gone for a pin. Sullivan's down as well. This could be all. No! All 4 of these men are starting to feel the effects of an incredibly physical fatal 4-way jawbreaker by Brute.
Well, it's a huge opportunity. It's a Guri. It's a huge opportunity to show Snake what you've got to be worthy of future shows.
Well,
it's not just a fight for that position on the team. Oh!
Well, Snake has put 4 of E.F.W's best against each other tonight. 8 if you count the other 4.
Zach Fuller straight jacket German.
This has been
Sullivan looking for something big, but sees Zach Fuller's going for a pin. Breaks that up before it can even begin.
Yeah, Sullivan proving that the largest muscle in his body is his brain. Oh, what an elbow by Fuller. That pluck of resilience fighting.
Straight jacket German, Bridges with this one. 2. Fuller has stolen it.
Well, William Zander was perched on the top rope but was too dazed to do anything about it, and Zach Fuller has stolen a victory out of certain defeat here tonight. The plucky underdog strikes again, Owen.
Well, that means so far, facing Kobayashi and the Fixers is Vega and Zach Fuller. It's an interesting mix.
Well, yeah, you talk about size and speed. That is the very definition of that description, Owen. Zach Fuller is going to be a great addition to Team E.F.W. I mean, he has just beaten Bart Brute, Ray Sullivan and William Zander. Zach Fuller is certainly no slouch.
No, I mean...
What a victory for Fuller.
And not only that, we're about to find out who the third person is going to be as the next 4 face-off, and this time it's Extreme Rules, so it's going to be even more crazy than what we've just seen, no doubt.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. E.F.W. not wasting any daylight here tonight in the warehouse. Coming up next, we're going to see Troy Webster, Dallas Rage, Darryl Graves and Kevin Cannon. Extreme Rules, and only one of these men will progress to Team E.F.W. Should be a great match. AOD again.
Yeah, another
represented
opportunity.
with Dallas Rage, Erwin.
As with the Trailblazers, Darryl Graves, of course, quite the lone wolf throughout his career. Kevin Cannon of the Militia looking to get his spot here. No sign of Wade Nelson. I mean, they might have had the chance of having full Nelson as a full team, but it seems Vega was not interested in that prospect, nor was he interested in the prospect of the Militia being a possible team. EOD, however, were on the card. It's a very interesting choices that Vega has made.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, the team captain being given almost unlimited free reign, the trust between Snake and Vega clearly evident as long-standing members of Magnum Opus. These are Vega's choices, Vega's decisions, and ultimately Vega's responsibility. A giant with a lot on his shoulders. A very interesting pick is this guy, in my opinion, Erwin.
He's a psychopath.
Making his way to the ring from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, weighing in at 235 pounds, Troy Webster.
Yeah, Troy Webster has been called a psychopath before, Erwin, but when you go off to war, you need a psychopath or two, and Troy Webster could fit that bill perfectly. A former 3-time tag team champion with the Trailblazers, Erwin.
Yeah, 191 days.
So again, Vega looking at people with tag team experience in this multi-man matchup at Showdown.
Of course, the Trailblazers were the first ever NEW tag team champions, so there's a just cause to put them both in separate matches, an opportunity to have had them both. Of course, now that's not the case, but you can still end up with Troy Webster on the team.
It's interesting to note that 3 of the 4 of these men do have a lot of extensive experience as a tag team, Erwin, so, you know, Vega clearly coming into this thing with a tactic.
And his opponent, first, from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 290 pounds, Dallas Rage.
Well, the greatest export out of San Antonio since Muller Lite, Dallas Rage, the last angry cowboy of E.F.W, a proud member of EOD.
That's the second of all 3 members that will be on the card tonight now. Haku Ross in that incredible main event. Of course, we've also got a European title match coming up.
You know, there's a rumour going around backstage that Dallas Rage won that cowboy hat off Cowboy Raw in a poker game in Mexico a few years back. I'm not sure how true that is.
Well, perhaps I might have to ask Cowboy Roy next time I see him. Man's elusive enough though.
And from Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 206 pounds, Daryl Graves.
Well, Daryl Graves, some raised an eyebrow when Snake made this guy an early pick for the E.F.W roster, but quite frankly, I was not one of them. I thought he was a tremendous signing, a tremendous addition. Has been round the block more than once in his NEW career, when a former Intercontinental Champion. Daryl Graves, a phenomenal performer.
Oh, I can speak from first-hand experience. Daryl Graves is a future world champion, no doubt about it. Of course, a former Intercontinental Champion already.
Well, Double K, Kevin Cannon, the representative for the militia here tonight, a former European champion. I think it's also interesting to note that 3 out of 4 of these men have also held singles titles. So Vega looking at former champions for Team E.F.W here.
It's very true. I mean, every single one of these men former champions one way or another. Certainly some experience in the ring.
Kevin Cannon, of course, a former European champion, the workhorse title of E.F.W, as it's now known. And again, a great interesting mix here of strength and speed in Rage and Webster, and with the power, and Graves and Cannon with the speed.
Yeah, again, I mean, Kevin Cannon and Dallas Rage, definitely two opposite ends of the spectrum here, and they've actually decided to go at it here.
Well, yeah, it's somewhat unwisely, in my opinion. Kevin Cannon went right for Dallas Rage and is now suffering the consequences.
Again, though, while you're fresh, it is always a good idea to go against your primary target, the one you think is going to cause you the most problems, whilst you've got the best shot of taking them down.
Well, Rage with 10
Kevin
shots
Cannon, look at that!
Counters though.
Bob Turner's not noticed.
Nowhere near, ready for it. Finally down with a count. 2.
Kevin Cannon caught him quite well.
Well, you have to argue there. If Turner was ready for that count, that would have been a free right there on Dallas Rage.
Perhaps so. Rage, possibly.
Oh.
Having his head bashed off the canvas with that sunset flip.
Going for a weaponing, of course it is Extreme Rules. Double K looking for that equaliser already, and finds a ladder.
This could get very interesting.
Trust the militia to find a ladder.
Just drops it on Dallas Rage once he's done using it as a weapon.
Tremendous snap.
Rage though.
Meanwhile by Webster, excuse me, in the inside onto Graves. Graves though with a great counter of that hard lariat. All the actions happening on the outside with that ladder in.
Yeah, Cannon managing to get a neck breaker off, keeping Dallas Rage at bay here. Russian leg sweep.
That wafer thin mat does not help. Graves continues the attack. Oh, what a stomp. Shares a Finn Balor there by Daryl Graves.
Kevin Cannon's speed on a flying lariat there. Oh, big forearm from Daryl Graves there as well. Going for a pin now.
Turning there this time, not even a 1. Cannon was getting back in the ring anyway, finally evading the clutches of Dallas Rage, who gets a clothesline to the back of his head for his trouble. Graves keeping on the big Texan, wisely in my opinion.
Yeah, very good decision from Daryl Graves here. He was just taunting away. Dallas Rage, perhaps not wise, setting him back to the outside.
Well, you know what I love about the EOD, Erwin? It's always a constant game of one-upmanship between 3 alpha males. It's always a constant battle to see which one of those 3 is top dog. Right now that spot belongs to Haku Ross, but the number 2 spot, well, with the 4 Ray Sullivans in at the moment, that's wide open for me. A victory for Dallas Rage tonight. Well, that could make the founder of EOD sweat a little.
Well, you're very right, of course. Haku Ross with his opportunity to face Snake for the title he lost. If he can get past Yuri here tonight, who hasn't lost his world title. In fact, it was taken away from him with the roster switch up. All these men, however, fighting for a spot on Team E.F.W. Daryl Graves snaps suplex on the outside to Troy Webster.
That Weatherfin man again, offering little to no protection to Troy Webster. Kick to the gut of Graves. Kevin Cannon tries to intercept but fails. Takedown by Graves, still clearly got some fight in, and Dallas Rage is coming to join the fray. Heads for it for Cannon.
Cannon's distraction there may have cost Graves.
On the outside.
What's Troy Webster thinking here?
Oh, wait a minute, right next.
Quick dodge from Daryl Graves, chop block.
For a split second I thought Troy Webster was going to slam Graves head first into those steel steps.
That is exactly what he was thinking about. Daryl Graves just a bit too fast there, thankfully.
Didn't put anything past the psychopath Troy Webster.
Again, you'd think this would be his wheelhouse, but he is definitely having difficulty against Daryl Graves, who has remained focused on Troy Webster for most of this matchup here.
Well, the innovator of extreme, Daryl Graves, is no stranger to this kind of scenario. Double K, meanwhile, on the inside.
Hollering leg drop.
Great leg belly drop there to Dallas Rage. Goes for a pin. Turner's down. 2. Rage kicks out after 2. That was close for Double K.
Graves seemingly uninterested with the pin, or perhaps not noticing it.
Hard elbow by Rage. He's fighting back. By high impact. Rage. Diamond cutter. There it is. Rage cutter, excuse me, there it is.
Going for a pin.
Graves is in.
Didn't get close enough, but Cannon somehow kicked out.
The double axe handle of Daryl Graves missed. But Kevin Cannon kicking out of the Rage cutter has infuriated Dallas Rage. Goes right back on the attack to Daryl Graves. What a back body drop. Backdrop.
Webster, who's still dazed from having his face sent into that ladder. It dodges the attack of Rage here. Trying to find some offense in this match. Fisherman's.
Great fisherman suplex there by Troy Webster.
Cannon now out here. Russian leg sweep.
Head first into that Weatherfin mat. Double K now feeling the heat. Feeling the reaction from the Warehouse faithful.
I don't think he realises Daryl Graves up as well. Now he does. Shot to the back.
This live on Newcastle fans letting Kevin Cannon know exactly what that. Firmly in the corner of Daryl Graves, it seemed here tonight.
Graves sent face first into that ring post.
The DDT by Troy Webster. Rage went head first into that cracker fin mat.
Now Troy Webster trying to get an attack on Kevin Cannon, whilst Dallas Rage may very well be out. Let's head back into the ring.
Kevin Cannon seemingly in the driving street. Graves woozy after the shots he's taken. Dallas Rage has been busted wide open by that double arm DDT at the hands of Troy Webster.
Graves seeing that went for the attack, but it seems Rage is still kicking. Great flurry here from Kevin Cannon meanwhile. Double stomps.
Top rope goes Graves. High risk.
Moonsault, but the knees were up. Armbar locked in by Kevin Cannon.
Submission by Cannon simultaneously. Turner says no. Webster rolling out the way again. Rage cutter to Daryl Graves.
However, everyone's still standing.
Jawbreaker Cannon. What a forearm by Graves.
Daryl Graves just got run through, as did Kevin Cannon.
Haku chop there by Rage. Troy Webster takes out Rage, and again, hard lariat. What a matchup.
Reg in the corner, not good. Uses Kevin Cannon as a stepping stone. Bulldog.
Try Webster using everything to hand for extra leverage against the big Texan. Dallas Rage goes right back to Kevin Cannon. Finally back to his feet. Throws Webster to the outside.
What's he got planned here?
Oh, brings him back in the hard way.
Thought there was something a bit more insidious planned in Kevin Cannon's mind there.
Graves stops anything else insidious from happening. Oh, clothesline to the back of the head and a backdrop for good measure.
Graves with a bit of an opportunity here. Slipping away though as Dallas Rage now finding his way back in the ring. Oh, just ran through Graves.
Lord, what a clothesline.
Webster trying to catch him with a punch but got one taken right back. Oh! And that twister forearm of Dallas Rage.
Tremendous speed and athleticism.
But only a 2.
That flying, spinning forearm, the tornado forearm, the San Antonio forearm of Dallas Rage.
Try Webster with a big
twist the country.
Cannon and Darryl Graves going back and forth. Webster looking for another fisherman.
Oh, great fisherman's. This one square center in the ring. Dallas Rage is done.
Oh! Stomp from Kevin Cannon. Picks Rage up perhaps out of harm's way.
Tries to deliver a chop. Rage still with some gas left in the tank, it seems. That may a takedown by Kevin Cannon.
Forearm. Oh, look at this though. Double arm DDT to Graves from Troy Webster.
It's a move that busted Rage open. Webster goes to the pin on Graves. Cannon's still up. Double axe handle. Again to Webster this time.
Yeah, Cannon was ready, but he has walked into the arms of Troy Webster. He was ready.
European uppercut by Cannon. Onto Webster.
Goes for a pin on Graves. Has he had a chance to recover? Yes, he has. Dallas Rage back in the ring.
Furious feet by Kevin Cannon has stunned the big Texan. Goes right back to work on Darryl Graves with those hard elbows straight to the skull. Rage has recovered though. Neck breaker. What a neck breaker by Rage.
Now goes to the attack on Darryl Graves, who is still down. Oh, big boot to the gut.
Blocked by Rage. Oh, forearm.
Webster in trouble here. Oh, but a knee to the head.
Oh, big left hand. Schoolboy. Rolls him
Oh,
wait a minute. Double arm DDT from the Schoolboy. Goes for a pin.
Kevin Cannon in. Does he have the time to break it up? Yes.
Just broke up by Kevin Cannon. Oh.
Troy Webster missing Cannon, perhaps on purpose, just striking Turner.
Yeah, the psychopath feeling, not thinking. Bob Turner did not count quickly enough, and anarchy surely now to reign.
Well, that's going to be a fine. Kevin Cannon now.
The referee is down. And all hell is about to break loose.
Dallas Rage bust open badly here. Darryl Graves with an armbar, but it doesn't matter. And Dallas Rage with a pin that doesn't matter. They both finally realise. Graves and Dallas Rage wisely staying on the attack until Bob Turner recovers.
Rage went for a follow-away slam, countered expertly by Webster into a backdrop.
Oh,
what a takedown by Graves.
Oh, figure four, reverse figure four.
Lock. Turner's there finally to counter submission, but Cannon managed to rolls out of it.
Yeah, very quickly, but the damage was already done, I think. You saw him clutching that leg. Webster on a flurry against the two.
Cannon and Graves.
Oh,
trying to gang up on the psychopath, Troy Webster. Webster holds his
own. And Rage just comes in like a freight train.
Hard lariat and all. Dallas Rage is wide open.
That forearm again.
The Antonio elbow. Strikes again from Dallas Rage.
Scoops Dallas Graves. Darryl Graves.
By Webster.
Oh. Graves breaks up the pin.
What a matchup. Oh, wait a minute, there it is. Reverse figure 4 again by Graves.
Of course, the ring ropes don't matter in this situation. Webster, though, quickly freeing himself. Cannon back in the ring. My God, what a match.
Kick to the spine by Kevin Cannon. Hurricane Manning to Daryl Graves. And this match will continue until one man will become the next member of Team E.F.W. What a fight this has been.
The second hour here. We still have a 15-minute Iron Man, and however long the main event is going to go on.
E.F.W. doing things properly once again, Owen, it seems.
Great action here in the warehouse. Kevin Cannon left alone with Rage here, but maybe too tired to pick up that 290-pound frame. Rage still down. Graves now back in the ring. Backdrop to Kevin Cannon.
Backdrop by Daryl Graves, who takes a moment to suck in the admiration here of the E.F.W. favour.
They have been sucking in some air at the same time. This has been exhausting for these four.
Oh! Rage finally gets himself back up only to get a shot from Webster.
Look at this. Double arm DDT.
The move that bust him open. Graves and Webster still on their feet. Double axe handle breaks up the pin of Webster. He did not take into account.
Oh! Has him down.
Graves has
Armbar.
gone into an armbar here.
This could be it. Troy Webster knows those ropes aren't going to save him.
Yeah, not applicable tonight in Extreme Rules. Turner's there.
Chris has
Webster
locked it deep, but no. Webster rolling out of it.
Counter by Graves again. Misses to the chop block. Rolls out the ring, trying to catch his own breath. Followed out by Kevin Cannon.
Changes
his mind.
Oh, Rage. Trying to take on Webster, but that loss of blood could be playing a big effect.
By Dallas Rage, who clearly has some fight left.
Perhaps blinded by his own blood at this point. Dallas Rage fighting on.
When it's an animal, the most deadly is when he's in danger, Owen. When he smells his own blood. It's exactly the kind of state that Dallas Rage is in right now.
It's arguably Troy Webster, the most hated man in this match by the sound of this crowd.
2. Kick out by Rage.
Somehow.
Despite the blood loss. Oh, what a drop kick by Kevin Cannon. Clearing, taking out Troy Webster there with one foul shot.
Yeah, Webster was unprepared for that. Cannon now building up for that signature karate kick. Oh! Rage managed to block it.
What an elbow!
Brought it back. Webster trying to steal the pin to no avail.
Mitigated goal by Troy Webster after Dallas Rage split open and all with a tremendous corkscrew elbow. Once again to Kevin Cannon.
Where he finds that level of energy from. Losing that much blood.
Takedown by Graves, hard elbow to the skull. Webster hasn't seen him, finally breaks up the pin.
Look at that, a kip up from Kevin Cannon and claiming he's not done yet, but misses with the drop kick. Caught Daryl Graves with that back elbow.
Takedown by Graves.
There's Graves and Webster now.
No.
Oh, that last one sounded nasty.
Vicious shot there by Daryl Graves, caving in the chest almost of Kevin Cannon.
Webster looking to take advantage.
Both men there, Rage and Graves, break up the pin. None of these guys are willing to give an inch here, Owen. Oh no, what a place on Team E.F.W. would mean for their careers. They will be top guys, undisputed top guys.
Well, yeah, it's a good bargaining chip for future possibilities. Another tornado elbow.
The Antonio elbow strikes again by Dallas Rage, who connects. How is Rage still standing?
That in and of itself is a phenomenon. He's lost a lot of blood.
And being double A tough, Erwin. Dallas Rage has proved that here tonight.
Leg sweep by Kevin Cannon though, who has been fighting far above his weight class all night here.
Well, we've already had one shock entry into Team E.F.W. And Zach Fuller, could we have another one arguably here tonight? Kevin Cannon, flip to Dallas Rage. Tremendous athleticism. Oh, springboard crossbody.
Beautifully done. Now looking to take advantage of a distracted Troy Webster. Meanwhile, Daryl Graves had the armbar, but broken up again.
A hurricane armbar by Daryl Graves. Then off to Rage down, who just mows over Graves.
Going for a pin while Troy Webster doesn't realise.
Mid-suplex. Webster,
just enough time to break things up there.
Would Graves have got a shoulder up?
A headbutt.
It's immaterial now. Troy Webster continues the attack on Graves. Rage, excuse me. What a Russian leg sweep there by Webster. Goes for a pin on Kevin Cannon. Turner's with the count. 2.
No one there to break it up but Kevin Cannon himself. And he does. Manages to kick out. What a grueling match for all 4 competitors here. Dallas Rage clearly taking the brunt of this match.
Well, Vega has almost picked too well here tonight, Erwin.
That reverse figure 4 locked in again.
Thank God these men have 2 weeks to recover. So
that's it!
Daryl Graves with the reverse figure 4.
Just snuck in a victory behind Troy Webster's back.
Troy Webster far too engrossed in the combat against Kevin Cannon, and the loss of blood for Dallas Rage was just too much to handle any longer. That reverse figure 4, he'd been looking for it the entire night, finally paid off.
Again.
From the originator of the Extreme, Daryl Graves, what a match!
The quickest possible victory in that window. Daryl Graves knew exactly what that would be. Now finds himself on Team E.F.W, so again, we're still waiting to find out the last two members, the last one of each team. We will find that out next week, but currently it stands as Kobayashi, the Mechanic and the Doctor taking on Vega, Zach Fuller and Daryl Graves.
Interesting turn of events, interesting team so far. Who will fill out the remaining slots for both NEW and E.F.W? What a hard-fought victory, however, for Daryl Graves here tonight. That was a brutal, fatal 4-way encounter, Owen. Absolutely brutal.
It certainly was, and the brutality is certainly going to continue.
Yeah, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, the Workhorse title will be defended. The first of our 2 main events here tonight in E.F.W. An Ironman match between GBH and Alex Krom. 15 minutes on the clock. The most pinfall submissions or countouts within that time will become European champion. Will it be the reigning champion Alex Krom, or will GBH add another title to his collection?
I'm not even sure if these two have faced each other formally, which makes it even the more interesting. They've certainly not faced each other recently. Alex Krom just over half of GBH's body mass. It's kind of an advantage. GBH tends to walk into the match with that enormous 500 pound.
Well, get this, Erwin. GBH is a former world champion, is a former intercontinental champion, but he has never won the European Championship before in his illustrious career. If he won tonight, he would make him a Triple Crown winner here.
Interesting stuff indeed. European title on the line here tonight, which means it will not play a part at Showdown. Of course, there's only so much room on the card. Snake choosing to play this one tonight.
Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's fastly becoming one of the most hardest fought titles on the E.F.W roster. The European Championship, the Workhorse title, GBH, the icon GBH in tremendous physical condition, as you would expect from the veteran. 500 pounds of attitude and experience. Could become a Triple Crown winner here tonight if he was to win the European Championship for the first time in his illustrious career.
Again, both of them former Intercontinental champions. If the run's anything to go by, Alex Krom is in for a rough night here tonight. 168 days GBH has, whereas Alex Krom, while he was the first, it was only 70 days. The question is now, can he keep hold of the European title?
The German suplex machine, Alex Krom, one of the best Intercontinental champions of all time. That mantle was beaten by arguably the two best Intercontinental champions of all time. One of those men is the man he faces tonight, the legendary GBH. Alex Krom knows exactly what he has on his plate here tonight. Erwin has not long won the European Championship. This is the first of his two statutory 30-day title defences, something that he has to honour as long as he's fit and holds the E.F.W European Championship.
This is certainly going to be an interesting match. 15 minutes on the clock, European title on the line. It's a case of how many pinfalls or submissions, disqualifications or countouts you can get against your opponent.
It's worth noting, of course, though, and even if Alex Krom wins this match tonight, he has to defend that title at least once more this month to retain the European Championship.
Well, of course, that old stipulation still hanging with the belt.
Introducing the challenger from Belgrade, Serbia, weighing in at 500 pounds, GBH. Making his way to the ring from Berlin, Germany, weighing in at 260 pounds, he is the European Champion, Alex Krom.
Well, the champion Alex Krom, the German suplex machine, with a tremendous ovation from the Newcastle faithful. We thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us, staying with us in this extended E.F.W show after that brutal Extreme Rules Fatal 4-Way, the first of our two main events here.
Oh, again,
Bob Turner with the European Championship in his hands.
It always gets that little bit more crazier the closer we get to Showdown. And what we've seen tonight, it's kind of a wonder what we're going to get next week.
15 minutes on the clock, Turner rings the bell, and here we go. Oh, that Haku chop getting Alex Krom absolutely nowhere. GBH just standing tall. What a face buster.
Of course, GBH with a huge experience in Iron Man matches throughout his illustrious career.
Well, yeah, Alex Krom may have the title of German suplex machine, but GBH has the
oh wait, caught the clothesline.
Oh my word.
Uranagi
slam there by Krom, the first suplex of the day. Half a minute in, and this one has kicked off quickly.
But again, arguably, while Alex Krom has that champion's advantage for now, GBH is going to waste a lot of energy for Alex Krom, trying to exert that, trying to lift him, trying to move him around in any way, shape or form. It's going to be harder for him than it is for GBH, and this match is all about stamina.
Absolutely, and that experience factor of GBH may play a part. It is youth versus experience. You're absolutely right, and that over a 15-minute period between two professionals of this caliber, it is anyone's guess. GBH right now seemingly taking control, but Alex Krom there, as quick as a flash with a counter and a straight right hand. Into the corner goes GBH head first. Oh, with a headbutt right to the back of the neck. Nothing fancy about that. Headlock takedown. GBH rolls him out the way to get his bearings there, Erwin.
Wise move, but walks right back into Alex Krom.
Oh!
Big STO there, sweeping GBH off its feet.
Goes for a pin. No, not even a 2 count. GBH does not want Alex Krom to draw first blood here.
2 minutes have elapsed. Plenty of time to go. Again, the champion's advantage if it's a draw in any way, shape or form.
Well, as a former world champion, Erwin, how important is the first pin in an Iron Man matchup?
well, as the champion, you want to try and get that in to cement that victory. You've got a bit of leeway that way if they do get a sudden submission locked in on you that you weren't prepared for, or an extra big strike that knocks you for days that they can pin you for. You've got that little bit of cushion. Alex Krom is going for a...
Let's not discount the psychological effect that first pinfall or submission could have on your opponent as well. Back rake by GBH, bit of old school there by the veteran. Kick to the gut, planning DDT by the Icon, goes for a pin, Turner's down.
A move just like that.
No, not even a one. Not even a one. Alex Krom, what a stud. That DDT has kept down better men.
Very underestimated as Alex Krom. I've already said before that I saw him as a future champion, and here he stands. But again, against a veteran like GBH, even Alex Krom's career seems minuscule.
Well, trying to rack up the numbers here, goes heads the top turnbuckle, racks up the count of 10, does Alex Krom. Headshots of GBH right to that ring post. Goes right back on the attack, the man from Berlin. Very cerebral in his attack, very focused. Oh, GBH certainly fights more on instinct there, but when you have instincts like that,
literally fighting from the ground is GBH here.
Left hand from the southpaw and a chop to follow suit. GBH on the ropes. Those ropes, misses with the insecurity. GBH sidesteps it, stops himself again. That ring presence, kick to the gut by Krom. Oh, counter there by GBH again. You see the Icon letting Krom come to him. That Harley Race knee.
Well, that was what I was mentioning earlier. Alex Krom expending a lot of energy so far, trying to stay on top of GBH. This could be where it starts to fall apart for him.
This is the perfect example of that veterancy we were talking about, Erwin. GBH just standing his ground, letting Krom waste his energy, letting Krom come to him. Big shoulder there by Krom.
The last 5 minutes of any Ironman match are perhaps the most important moments. And again, GBH knows that more than anything, but Alex Krom is just letting the forearms fly here.
Rights and lefts by Krom, hard right forearms, and the kick to the gut has got GBH back on those ropes. The German suplex machine, perhaps knowing that he may have to get dirty before this one is over, Erwin, to keep down the Icon and the master of the Ironman, GBH.
But again, not even 5 minutes have elapsed, and Alex Krom is starting to show signs of fatigue here. Not a good sign, although he is still digging down deep, not giving GBH the time to get to his feet. Cinching in a camel clutch.
Goes for a submission. Will First Blood be a submission here?
It is.
It is.
GBH sacrificing that pin to perhaps save his body for later in the match, but either way,
Krom is holding
Krom is not letting go.
Finally, Turner finally gets Krom to release the hold. Not before time. Krom was determined to get a full stretch of that camel clutch in despite the attack of GBH, wanting to create as much damage to that spine as possible.
Again, you were talking earlier about that first advantage, the psychological advantage it holds, as well as the physical one.
Well, was GBH playing possum there, or has he just been worn out by the younger man here? Because right now Alex Krom looks like he's in control.
It does indeed, but again,
GBH's hands are down, Erwin.
I'm questioning Alex Krom's stamina right now. I think he is running a little empty, and that may be what catches up to him later on in this match, as GBH dodges that kick. But he didn't dodge the knee, dear God!
What a hard knee straight to the face of GBH.
And I think there is blood beginning to pour from GBH's forehead here.
Yeah, that knee connected in a big way. Alex Krom with one hell of a shot. This could be 2-0 right here.
It is. Alex Krom picking up a big head start.
That nose been busted wide open by that knee of Alex Krom. Has given Krom a 2 2-0 advantage over the Icon, who with 8 minutes left on the clock, who needs to start racking up victories here.
Yeah, and perhaps that's why he's taking it to the outside. Krom, not very comfortable out there, quickly slithers back in.
Well, who can blame him? You do not want to meet a veteran like GBH on the outside.
Okay. Oh my word, what a shoulder barge in the corner. Just using all 500 pounds to get back into this fight.
Yeah, nothing fancy about the attack of GBH. A super heavyweight in his own right. It's like a truck hitting you. Not even a 2 to Alex Krom. With plenty of fight left in him, it seems. GBH looks like he's getting a little bit frustrated here.
Certainly showing some defiance is Alex Krom. But he is starting to look tired. He is starting to look a bit beaten now that GBH has started to dish out the pain again. GBH may very well be able to catch up with this one. Still 7 minutes 40 on the clock.
You wouldn't put it past him for 1 second, Erwin. I mean, if there's anyone who's got the experience when it comes to fighting back in an Ironman match, it's GBH.
A tree of war position here for Alex Krom. Does not bode well.
Spins him upside down and choking the very life of the German suplex machine.
Oh, and now just choking him on the mat as well.
GBH will take his time. The veteran knows how to use every second of those 7 and some minutes remaining to inflict as much damage as humanly possible on Alex Krom.
The European champion though, fighting back once more.
A punch to the gut, an elbow to the back of the head, and a clothesline later, and Alex Krom has changed the game.
Again, Alex Krom often underestimated, but he is showing why he is a champion here tonight. Has a 2-0 advantage against the legendary GBH, and the time is ticking away for GBH to catch this one up. Oh, it would certainly cement him in his career, but GBH is returning.
The old lion is not quite done yet.
Oh. Just alley-ooped right out of the corner.
6.5 minutes remain.
Oh, seated octopus stretch.
An old school octopus.
Gives GBH the opportunity to scream in Krom's ear now.
Busted wide open veteran. Asking Alex Krom if he's had enough.
Krom fighting free again though. GBH desperately trying to hold on. Oh! What a hip toss to break free by Alex Krom. Misses that one. Oh, does not miss that though.
That clothesline finally connects from Alex Krom, taking down the veteran. Oh, surely not.
I think that's a tendon hold there.
Well, it's not the patented GBH
not
neck
the GBH neck wrench,
but it was very, very
the
close.
shoulder claw.
Perhaps that was the Krom wrench.
Perhaps so. Alex Krom, quite the submission specialist. Super kick to the back of the skull.
Dear sweet Jesus, that could be 3-0 right there. That
could
have taken off the head of GBH.
Krom showing
rolling out the
again
way
that he has little left in the reserves.
The Icon could do nothing but roll out the way. A certain pin has gone right back into the clutches of Alex Krom, who still holds a 2-point advantage over the veteran. 5.5 minutes remain.
Yeah, it's looking slimmer and slimmer. And Alex Krom with another camel clutch locked in on GBH. And he taps again.
A weak submission there from GBH, who is now falls down. And again, Alex Krom is holding in that submission. GBH tapping continuously, but they will only be counted once.
With 5 minutes to go, GBH is looking like his chances of becoming European champion are slipping away.
Well, a loss is one thing, but a whitewash is something entirely different. Scoop slam.
Let that happen.
2.
Oh, but
Bridge
again.
into a pin, but again Alex Krom kicked out.
And now wisely rolling to the outside.
Determined to keep as much of an advantage over the Icon as possible.
GBH decided not to follow him, to get his breath instead.
Bearing in mind GBH is all.
Oh!
What a forearm.
Just took Alex Krom to his knees there.
Waited for Krom to come back in the ring and then just smacked him round the head. As simple as that. Krom fighting back with a right hand of his own. Oh, scoops down press by GBH.
Pulls him away from the ropes.
Wait a minute. But looking for a little bit of redemption here.
Oh yes, he is.
Camel
clutch of his own. How much does Krom have? Oh, rope break, I think, called there.
Yeah, Krom there.
Those legs just under.
Showing some great ring presence there, Erwin. That called it.
Oh, but GBH, Cobra clutch slam. 3 minutes 50 to go. Can he catch up here? It's 1-3 now.
One thing for certain, it will not be a whitewash. GBH gaining a little bit of pride at least. Still needs 2 falls just to equal this matchup. Three and a bit minutes remain.
He is bust open.
To clarify, if GBH was to get 2 more points on his tally, then the title would remain in the hands of Alex Krom,
who rolls to the outside now once more.
Oh, GBH does not have time for this. Floating to the E.F.W faithful.
Walks right into Krom there, who slams that already bust open head right into the mat.
GBH taking way too much time, bragging to the E.F.W faithful.
Wheelbarrow facebuster.
Tremendous technique by Alex Krom so late in the game.
Ran right back into him, did GBH. Found himself in the corner.
Nice clothesline right to the back of the head of GBH. Alex Krom now gauging just how much he has left in the tank. Under 3 minutes remain. I think he's seen the clock and thinks he's got this one won. I won't get too cocky if I were you, kid. It ain't over yet.
It's 2.5 minutes.
Again, that deadly camel clutch Erwin locked in.
Trying to bring a bit more distance and does.
There you are, you see it from that camera shot there. They are not touching the rope, and the tap out again by GBH. Alex Krom has utilised that submission fatally here tonight and now holds a 4-1 point tally over GBH. Surely too much for the icon, Erwin.
It is looking like it is in the hands of Alex Krom here tonight, certainly. GBH cannot get even 3 victories in 2 minutes. It would be a phenomenon. Essentially, it has to do it in 30 seconds apiece. That's hard going for anyone, especially when you're up against Alex Krom, who is still fighting.
Samoan headbutt there, goes straight for a pin. Turner's down the count 2. No!
He seems to have fought through that stamina wall here. Seems to have found some energy in the closing minutes of this matchup.
Alex Krom seems to be getting his second wind at the worst possible time.
That angle there,
that Krom wrench again to GBH, perhaps mocking the iconic GBH neck wrench. Wow.
Doing the damage. I mean, look at the face of GBH.
If there was a torch passing Erwin, could this be it here tonight? Alex Krom has dismantled.
Oh, what a scissor kick!
Tremendous scissor kick right to the face. What athleticism by Krom.
The blood oozing from GBH, now spattered all over his chest. And Krom isn't even bothering to pin.
Standing over the lifeless body of GBH, his own blood oozing onto his own body, and Alex Krom has dismantled the icon. There's no other word for it, Erwin.
GBH though still trying to fight back.
Hard clothesline by GBH. The old lion still got some fight left in him.
Goes for a pin. Oh, using the ropes. Turner hasn't seen it, but still only gets a 1.
Powers out of it, shows the frustration.
Oh, facebuster.
Well, pretty facebuster indeed. It might be enough to gain a bit of redemption. Look at the blood loss of GBH.
I think that was a big part
of this match. Still standing, never mind still throwing punches.
Swinging wildly, missed there, and it gives Alex Krom the opportunity to close this matchup. In control, misses with that wheel kick again though.
I'd be amazed if GBH could even see right now.
I think he could very well be
what a
blinded.
right hand by
Well,
Krom.
that says it all right there.
What a startling right hand by a German suplex machine who wants to
Oh,
use
and
his
finishing it in style.
in style. No, with as the bell rings. Krom lets go of that camel clutch, the move that won him this match tonight in emphatic manner. 4-1 victory. The German suplex machine has silenced the icon. What a match!
And arguably silenced any critics out there. What an almost clean sweep for Krom there. 4-1.
Well, you look at the match sometimes, Owen, and you wonder whether or not it's going to be a torch-bearing, torch-passing scenario, and tonight it feels like it was exactly that. Alex Krom has beaten the icon and has established himself surely as a main event player. Tonight, Alex Krom, still the European champion.
With that blood of GBH all over his knuckles, celebrating.
He has just joined the ranks of the big boys, Owen, with that victory.
Quite a statement for anyone back in the locker room. Alex Krom remains E.F.W's European champion.
Quite the victory for Krom. GBH busted wide open at the hands of the champion.
After that incredible match, we move on into our main event of the evening. The search for the #1 contender of the World Championship here in E.F.W. comes to an end. One of these men will come out the victor, and they will get a shot at Snake at Showdown.
It will either be Yuri or Haku Ross. And Haku Ross, of course, the former E.F.W. World Champion. Some would say his title stolen from him, has to beat the Russian Bear, a former NEW champion who also did not lose his title. It should be noted, both these men quite rightly may feel badly done to. Both of a shot tonight for the World Championship here in E.F.W.
False count anywhere, which means this is going to get ugly knowing these two.
All hail the king.
Making his way to the ring from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 232 pounds, Yuri.
The Russian Bear, the former NEW World Champion, also won the United States Championship twice in 2 runs as a tag team champion with his former partner Franco.
As you mentioned earlier, did not lose that NEW World title, came out victorious, but in the roster snatch-up, Snake chose Yuri before Adrian Goldman, and that means his place now is on E.F.W, and that means he wants a shot at the top, no questions asked.
Well, yeah, Yuri was outraged, spent so long clawing his way to the NEW World Championship only for it to be ripped from him. Former Navy SEAL will face Haku Ross, the former Army brat, here tonight.
And his opponent from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, weighing in at 350 pounds, Haku Ross.
Oh, Haku Ross. Someone said the main man nowadays in EOD was the fluctuating form of Ray Sullivan. Haku, an old friend of Sugarfoot.
Of course.
Ray originally bringing Haku Ross to E.F.W, and Haku Ross, someone says, surpassed him already a former E.F.W World Champion, Erwin.
Neither of his compadres successful here tonight, which may have a psychological disadvantage. I mean, we've been talking about that all night. It does play a huge part in the in-ring psychosis of a competitor. I mean, knowing that his buddies have lost 2 matches here tonight may be unsettling Haku Ross as he goes against an unknown here. He's never faced Yuri before.
It also puts Haku Ross under a tremendous amount of pressure to keep EOD relevant here in E.F.W. When Ray Sullivan and Dallas Rage, admittedly both those men were in multi-man matches, but they were both given an opportunity here tonight, and Haku Ross, the last man of EOD, standing here tonight in effect, keeping their relevance as a top team here in E.F.W.
And let's not forget Yuri, friends with Alex Krom, who was just successful in a brutal matchup. That works the other way around as well. Yuri may be a bit overconfident going into this matchup. All those questions will be settled right now.
Turner rings a bell and here we go. Falls count anywhere. Oh, what a takedown there by Ross.
Oh, a quick return there though.
Jawbreaker by Yuri. Both these guys, tremendous athletes.
Again, neither particularly favoured by the crowd. I'd probably say, if anyone, they're behind Haku here tonight. Yuri in control here. Again, Haku fighting free.
Haku fighting back. The young stud, many have said, is a future multi-time world champion.
Some very technical wrestling going on by Haku Ross. Yuri having none of it. Trying for a neck breaker.
And for a hammerlock, broke up quickly by Yuri. Right into the Russian leg sweep there by Haku Ross, who had the belly of the Russian bear on that one.
Oh, Dragon Sleeper.
Dragon Sleeper, yeah, had a tremendous height advantage as well for Haku Ross. 6'5" over Yuri's 5'11".
Yeah, Yuri not really used to having that disadvantage. Clearly upset here, forgetting perhaps that it's false count anywhere. There will be no count outs. Ross clear to chase him. Sends his face into that apron there, going for a pin on the outside. Only one.
You have to kind of consider the dynamic of the EOD if Haku Ross wins this matchup, Erwin. Ray Sullivan considers himself the leader of EOD, but Haku Ross is the man who keeps winning the matches. Then doesn't that make Haku Ross ipso facto the leader of the EOD?
It's a very good question. I mean, I thought that would be the case when he was champion. However, he is not anymore. None of them are, in fact.
Sidestepped by Yuri, the Russian bear, no slouch. He won't care one bit about
what a
size
knockback
disadvantage, I can guarantee you that, folks.
For a pin.
One of the soundest technical wrestlers on the roster today is Yuri. Oh, European uppercut.
On a DDT.
Bearing in mind, when Yuri is the man who essentially whitewashed a two-time All-American in the best of 7. Did it with ease.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Oh, wait a minute. Haku Ross, after a spine-tingling spine buster, raises that hand, and that means only one thing. It's chokeslam time. Oh, what a counter by Yuri.
Prepared. Oh, huge European uppercut.
Tremendous European uppercut by Yuri. The Russian bear has sparked some life into his attack. Primed and ready. Takes down Ross. Oh, wait a minute. Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter. Yes, there it is. Locked in.
Oh, but look how quick Haku Ross was to break that hold.
Using that superior size advantage over Yuri in those long legs of Haku Ross. Oh, handbreaker there by Yuri.
Yeah, Yuri not giving up though.
Has to use perhaps his superior technical ability here over the larger Ross. Snapping a takedown and into a headlock. I think Yuri is perhaps triggering onto that factor. And I mean, if it comes down to a technical fight between these two men, and my money's on Yuri. No disrespect to Ross here.
Yuri clearly trying to slow things down. Haku Ross possibly having the speed advantage as well here. Yuri going for a pin. Ross could be out. He isn't.
Look, no disrespect to Yuri, he's a tremendous competitor, but the only way that Yuri is superior to Haku Ross in this matchup, in my opinion, is technical ability. So that's where his strength lies, and that's where he keeps him on the mat, and this match is Yuri's. It's as simple as that for me.
And that's exactly what he's doing right now. GBH neck wrench there. Goes straight back to it.
Wearing down Haku Ross. The Russian bear has a tactic. former soldier.
Oh, and just throwing Haku Ross to the outside.
Planning out his own war here tonight.
Going for a pin now, but Bob Turner has to get out there.
Oh, it's over! Unbelievable! The wear and tear attack of Yuri has taken down Haku Ross. I believe bumped his head on the way out of the ring here.
Oh yeah, I think that combined with the attack just moments before finally put an end to Haku Ross here tonight.
Hard elbows to the head there of Haku.
Huge European uppercut.
All those vicious headshots.
The attempt at the sharpshooter, unsuccessful. But then that wear down. I think that was the beginning of the end for Haku Ross there. Couldn't quite get the 3.
Yeah, those patented GBH neck wrenches had clearly done their work tonight, and Yuri, the technical specialist, wore down the powerhouse Haku Ross. Yuri will face Snake for the E.F.W World Championship at Showdown. What a match that should be. The Bear versus the Snake. What a destruction indeed.
Absolutely incredible stuff, and of course we will be back on Monday midnight BST for New Extremes Wrestling's Brawl. We go to find the final member of Team NEW, but until then, thank you and good night.
Good night.